Welcome to Soulful. Whether you're navigating challenges or celebrating victories,
We're here to remind you that every step on your path is meaningful. I'm Tiff.
and I'm Jess.
So let's clear our mind as we fill our soul.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Soulful. I'm Jess, and as always, I'm here with Tiff.
Hi, my friends.
Um, yeah, I guess it's been another few weeks really since we touched base, and yeah, I just feel like it's crazy. Like time, when you're younger and the older people around you, they're like, "Don't wish your time away," and time flies, and maybe
Yeah.
it did back then too. I don't know, but yeah, I can honestly say wow, time just feels like it goes so fast. Like we're almost 6 months into another year. Like that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I still remember January 1st, like bright and vivid. Yeah.
yeah, or yeah, thinking about summer and it feeling so far away. And sometimes what I think is the days feel long sometimes, but the weeks fly
They
by is what
do.
it feels like, right? Where it's oh yeah, we've had such a long winter and we want the warm it to warm and the snow to go, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden it's bam, and it's just here. So anyways, it's yeah, crazy. But I guess because it has been a few weeks, yeah, I guess we'll start the way we always start with a little check-in. How
Yes.
you doing? What's new over there?
Well, lots, like so many new things happening in my world right now.
Mm.
But one thing I will say is my kid, talk about time flying. So I just want to talk back that. He's about to be 13 next week. Like I can't believe I have a basic like teenager on my hands. Like
Um,
just wild. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to get really bad now." And I was like, "You know what? I don't think so." He's like so aware and emotionally intelligent that and just like good head on his shoulders. Like I
mm,
don't I don't I mean he's a human. He's gonna do things that
of course.
make choices. We all do, but I don't think I have this like big fear of like, oh, he's a teenager, therefore your life's about to be hell. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be right. I don't know, but I'm not going into this phase thinking that. So all that to say is Dawson's room was very juvenile, and I've been pushing planting seeds for a long time of I think maybe you want to get it redone, like do you want to new? He's like, I love my room. What are you talking about?
Mm.
So anyway, his friend came over and his friend was like, I don't want to be in your room. It's too cluttered. It's too whatever. And comes to me and he's like, Mom, I'm ready to change my room. I was like, oh, okay. Peer influence. Perfect. Anyway, so he picked a color and then we painted it this past week and we're like new bed, new furniture, things like that, just getting him ready for this next season. And I had a lot of feelings coming up about it, surprisingly, but I guess surprisingly and not surprisingly, like it's not like grief, but it's like, yeah, we're moving into a new phase, new territory. He needs
Yeah.
me a lot less. Yeah, his focus is on different things.
Yeah.
Girls. And school. He's actually
Mhm.
killing it in school right now. He's like, I didn't realize all this time all I needed to do was lock in. I was like, yeah, you were always brilliant. There is no question.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just in a different phase and had a few tears, but like happy and like bittersweet, it's like it's fun to watch them grow up, him to grow up, but like also, yeah, all the little sweet moments of all the phases that have already passed. So,
Yeah.
um anyway, so he hasn't seen his room yet. He's coming back tonight. I'm really excited for him to, it's not all put
Oh.
together yet. Right now it's just all painted in the color and the new bed is set up, but yeah, we'll do the rest of the pieces for his birthday so that when he comes back, it'll be like, bam, here's your room.
Oh,
It's his
that's
birthday
fun.
gift. He
Oh.
doesn't listen to this podcast, so I can talk about it and not worry. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's
just welcoming that in. Yeah, that's that phase. And otherwise, I have a new obsession. And I remember like I've always enjoyed seeing people with nails, okay? Like I love the artistic nature of it,
yes.
but I don't work jobs that are conducive to having nails. Now, has that stopped me? It has not. So basically, I had these two women that would come in every 3 weeks to the restaurant where I work. And they would come on nail day. They'd have nail day, they'd come have food, and it would just be like girls' day out. And I would love it. I'm like, okay, show me your nails. And I saw them so many times that I was like, that's it. Like, I got to get mine done. So I'm going to try to show something on the camera, but
Okay.
I'm all in a brand new world here. So have you heard of cat eye? Have you had cat eye on yours before,
Yes.
Jess?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had them? Okay. So if I show you like this, you can't see anything, but can you see the heart?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see the heart. Oh
But
my
it's not
God.
always there. I love it. I'm
That is so
obsessed.
cool.
Yeah. I intentionally put it on my middle finger so that if I flip anybody off, at least I'm still giving love.
That is so neat. I've never seen Ashley Cat Eye like that before. Like with a
Yeah.
heart. That is super cool. I love it. I
Yeah, me
love
too.
it.
The girl who was doing my nails kept just giggling at me because I was just like staring at them and wiggling my finger as she would work on the other hand. And she was like, I fear I did something wrong. And I was like, why? She's like, you're not going to get anything done.
I just spent all day like this.
Just staring at my nails.
It's
But
such
I
a
have
pretty
been showing
color.
them off to everybody because they're very fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's such a pretty color actually, that purple.
Yeah, it's like an amethyst kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happened is I had a whole plan. I went in with an inspiration, and now my TikTok has heard that I like nails, and it just like floods me with all of
Yes.
these options, which is overwhelming because they're all beautiful. I'm like, I need
And
more
you
time.
decide.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had this whole thing picked out, and then I got in there and I walked in and I saw the cat eye right away, and I was like, can I do that on dip? And she's like, you can do it on anything. And I was like, well, how does it work? She starts putting magnets and everything all over my hands. I was like, what is
Yeah.
happening here? But I did not go with my inspiration picture. And while it was totally not necessary, I also did it on my toes. I was just obsessed with it. I thought it
Yeah.
was like the funnest thing. So
I love it.
this is my new journey. I like nails. Gardening has been very difficult. Bartending also a little difficult. Me
Oh,
trying to pick things up, I feel like anyway.
yeah, it's the worst actually because they're like so thick and it's
Yeah,
very hard to like, yeah.
100%.
Oh my gosh, that's
Anyway,
interesting. I love it.
yeah. I think that's pretty much it. My whole house is under construction, as per always. Oh, and well, like we're finally hitting nice temperatures here. So the last thing I will say is I've just been in my garden, and it's like so funny. Every year I have the experience again, and then it's like I forget how therapeutic it is, and then I spend a day in my garden, and I'm like, nothing matters in the whole wide world. Like there's not one care in my body. There's like not a thing, and just the peace I feel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I have Tuesday off. I'm gonna get out and I'm very nerdy. So I have this this garden auger, and basically it augers the ground out about this deep, like I don't know, like 3 feet maybe. No, 2.5 feet. And then you stuff it down with fertilizer and stuff. So when like the grass is really stressed, it makes it like it gives it lots of nutrients. But
Okay.
it's a lot of work. So I'm committing to doing that on Tuesday, but I'm really excited. So
Okay. Fun.
I know.
Well, at
Anyway,
least you'll
that's
get
it.
to do something that you like enjoy that will be good for you on your day out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot
Mm.
of work, like physical labor, but I'll be in the sun, I'll be in my garden, feet in the grass. Perfect.
What's the weather like there, by the way?
Well, we hit 36 on Monday. Or no, Monday was 34, Tuesday was 36, and then today it's only 10. So it's still
Yeah.
kind of bouncing all over the place, but it's supposed to be mid 20s all week. So
Holy shoot, that's crazy.
I'm assuming you still have snow?
We actually don't have a lot of snow there. I mean, there's still like little bits of snow like around, but yeah, it went to like 10 degrees today, which was like felt warm like compared to what it has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, 36, that's crazy. I'm actually interested to see if it's going to like get really warm. Yeah, over the summer because I haven't spent the summer home in quite some time.
Yeah.
So like in Alberta, like it would get like plus 40, like 30 was like a regular kind of temperature. So
Yeah.
anyways, I'm interested to see what summer will bring because I actually packed most summer clothes. Like I have a lot of summer clothes. So
Yeah.
I really hope that it gets warm because if not, I might be Yeah.
You got to move.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'll just have to go
Yeah.
back to Florida.
That's what I was just gonna say. I meant to ask you that even before we jumped on. You went to Rockfest, right?
Yeah, yeah, I was down
Yeah.
in yeah, so it was like a weekend. When was that? Oh my gosh. I think like 2 weekends ago now.
Yeah.
Which is yeah, again, so crazy to think that I've already been back for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so spent 4 days. I was actually traveling for work before that, so I went to Winnipeg and then I traveled to Florida from Winnipeg, which was two very drastic different different
I bet.
temperatures, and then coming back to Labrador, which also was very drastic. But yeah, it was good. I actually have no idea how. So this is what like I did 4 days of the music festival this year. And like I don't know how people do it. Like I went down, well, so we stayed in like Orlando and
Hmm.
then would drive down to like Daytona Beach where the festival is. Just because it's like cheaper, honestly, to like stay in a hotel there and drive back and forth than what it is like a hotel in Daytona Beach is very expensive. So yeah, so we would probably get there at about we'd leave the hotel maybe like 1, 2 o'clock. We'd go get food, gas if we needed, whatever, like a coffee along the way, and then we would go to the festival. And so yeah, like I would say all in all, maybe 9, 10 hours at the festival. I don't know
Yeah.
how people do that. Like they're there at like 12 when it opens and they just do it all day until like 12 at night. Um, or like 1 actually, or like 1:30, depending on who was playing. But yeah, it just felt crazy. Like I don't know how people do this for like 12 hours, 4 days in a row. So
Yeah,
next
it's a lot.
year it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And I really like I think last year there was a lot of artists who I really enjoyed, like that I
Hmm.
really knew a lot of their songs, and so it didn't feel like quite as long. And we only went for like 3 days. But this year there was like less of like artists that I knew. Like the main shows were like big names that I knew, and a few scattered of the others. So maybe that's why I kind of felt like it dragged on. And also
Yeah.
tornado warnings like in the area. So we had to like the festival grounds got evacuated like a bunch. So we would like just get there, be there for maybe like 2 or 3 hours, and then they'd have to evacuate the whole festival grounds. So then we go back to the car. We'd just be waiting and waiting for, and of course, there's no like service or not very great service because of like it's a music festival and like
Right.
everybody's trying to use it. Anyway, so it was a bit chaotic, and I could understand why people were like really upset about that. Like, you spend all this money, like you plan your vacation or a trip around this, and then you spend like half the time in your car. And also, I mean, what else can you do, right? Like safety
Yeah.
is first, like the organizer. So it's not like a thing on them, of course. But anyways, so it was a very interesting time at Rockville this year. Um, but yeah, so then when I got back from Rockville, we were prepping and getting ready for graduation. So yeah, my sister's graduating high school this year, which um yeah, is again so crazy.
Time flying.
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the theme here today.
holy smokes, yeah. So that was a lot of like exciting. It's funny because I remember that time, like getting ready for graduation and like, making sure like you have all the things on your dress and booking to get your feet or your nails, your hair, and then like the decorating. And then like we had something here at the house, so the decorating for that and having people in and making the food. And anyway, so it was a hustle and bustle kind of couple of weeks, but yeah, it was really special getting to like watch her
Yeah.
do her thing. And she's yeah receives like a lot of like scholarships and different things. And yeah, anyway, so it was fun. It
Yay,
was a good time.
Kaylee.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, honestly, I know I told you earlier, but I'll share it here with all of our soulful peeps of like just having like this feeling of like being really uninspired, to be honest. Like just yeah, I don't know, like not really much happening in terms of like um I was gonna say growth, but I don't know that that's necessarily true. Like definitely still in a season of growth, but just like, like sometimes I always felt really like passionate and like full of like and like really zestful and full of like the learning and growing in like the way that it was really evident to me, and
Yeah.
I felt really excited about it and like really eager and motivated. And like, yeah, I don't feel any of those things. So when I was even thinking about like a topic or something that like to even bring to the conversation, that was like the only thing that kept up coming up for me was like nothing. I just
Yeah.
feel so uninspired. I do not feel like, yeah, I mean, even the motivated part, I think I've lost as well. Like I'm just like, yeah, so anyways, I'm just taking some time. I'm just
Recalibrating.
um, yeah, I guess so. See what that means. Like I haven't had like an extended time period of time that really I felt like this in a while.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know if like maybe my mind, my soul needs it. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just due to like life circumstance, maybe like a combination of those things. I don't know, but anyways, that's just kind of where I'm at, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, well, the uninspired part in specific, like that I mean, I've ebb and flow there too, of course, but the yeah, lack of motivation for the growth. I don't know if I said something similar to you, but like it's not like we're not growing. We're growing naturally, but like just because that's just we're humans and we evolve, you know.
Yeah.
But I've felt so much less like I want to say the word pressure. Not that I felt like this like negative pressure, but like there was a positive pressure to grow into certain things that I was working towards and whatever, and like expand knowledge in specific areas to be beneficial as a coach and like whatever. And lately I just feel like I just want to like we've talked about this before, but like I just am enjoying being.
Mm,
And but when you talked about like that this phase you're in, I mean obviously it'll be clarified to you eventually what this season is for you. If it may, and maybe it just is, maybe it's just
mm,
uninspired and not motivated. But I also feel that what made me think about this is when I'm in a period of integration or like something like I'm shifting a new perspective or like something is changing inside, I usually go through this lull. And when I'm in the
yeah.
lull, I'm like, oh my God, like sometimes I can be shaming, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I feeling this way? You know, whatever. And then like I come out of it, rest and recharge with like this new like energy. I don't know how else to say it, but it hits me like that all the time. I don't know if this is integration for you, but like
Mm,
that's just what it reminded me of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like we did this episode a while back. Um,
Yeah.
it was called like, oh man, I can't remember what episode it was, but we talked about, like, you said just being, and I think
Yeah, I think it was
maybe it
full of
was
just
someone, yeah,
being.
maybe it was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I remember like in that place of like just being and feeling like just very different than what I feel now. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of like what you talk about, right? Like these new phases or whatever like that we go through. So I don't know what's on the other end of this one
Yeah.
for me yet. And that's okay. Like, I mean, yeah, I think whatever it is, it'll be fun, it'll come. But just taking it, I guess, like day by day to say, yeah, anyways, it'll be what it'll be. And who knows? Like, I think the thing for me, I think the most of sometimes, especially in this season, I will say, is like how the length it's like, oh my God, how long will I like feel like
Right. Well, and that's what
how
I mean.
long
I
is
do that
this
to
going
myself
to
too. I
last?
totally get it. I'm like, what? I asked myself the why question. I'm like, oh my God, like, are we gonna get over this?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
move along.
yes. And I don't even know like how, yeah, like everything else. I mean, obviously I have gone through like, yeah, there's been a lot of like transitions and a lot of changes like
100%.
in my life personally. So I can't say that like I'm surprised or like that, like something that I'm, yeah, shocked that like, I kind of feel this way or that I would eventually like feel something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not like super surprised, but it's just like everything else in my life feels like like there are things to change, but there's a lot of things that didn't change that much too. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, yeah, I guess just also trying to understand where this feeling comes from when it feels like not a whole lot has changed. But then when I start to like reflect and think about it, I'm like, actually, like a lot has changed. Like, there's
I
been
was
a
gonna
lot of
say,
change.
like a whole, yeah, whole life change almost,
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
been a lot of change. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
your system probably just needs time, like to catch
yeah,
up and like integrate all this new
yeah,
environment, even, you know? Like we're sensitive creatures at the end of the day.
yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, and I remember seeing like one of the I did have like there was one thing I wrote it down, but of course I couldn't find the thing when I found it because I was like, oh, this might be something interesting to talk about on the podcast to get your opinion or just to hear your thoughts around it. But it was something about like these like corny quotes that's like going through something hard like teaches you lessons or like I don't know, it was something around that or like things are difficult when you go through them, but then once you're through them it like you can look back and see like the reason why or like I don't know, it
Yeah.
was something like along those lines. And I remember yeah, I can't remember the exact one, but it was something like that. And I remember thinking of like, I remember reading it or hearing it, and then I just like stopped to think about it for a second, of, like what I actually thought about that, or like what, yeah, I guess what it did for me in the moment. And so, anyway, so I don't know. It was just something that kind of came up that I'm like might be interesting to throw out there to see. Yeah, if you have any thoughts or perspective or opinions on that.
Uh, on like just the general basis of what you talked about or the
Yeah, like I'll see if I can find it. I wish I could
yeah.
find the one that but it was like, oh my goodness, it was
Yeah, like
I
like
can't get it.
okay, that's okay.
I
Well,
can't get it.
I do often. I find, especially if I'm in a hard season, that's the truth that anchors me is that I don't understand why I'm here right now. However, the clarity will come later. I'll understand why I've been in this place. And I don't even know if that's always true. I don't know if I always get to know why I was in that space. I'm not sure. Um, I feel like often enough I do. It does clarify, but so like yeah, there's a lot of what am I gonna say? There's like a lot of words floating up here. I'm like trying to grab them. But I do, yeah, I do agree with that. I think I've learned my deepest, most like soul level growth has happened through very difficult moments. It has
Mm,
not happened through, it's not to say like joy and like loving and like happy moments don't bring their own gifts. They do, but like things that I needed to learn. And I'm somebody who like some of my beliefs are tied into like I believe like I have things to work out while my time is here, while my soul is here and things like that. So
mm,
um I think I think that's been true for me. And I remember having a girlfriend, she said this to me when I was in a really rough season going through divorce and all that. And she was like, this is just, and I might have shared it here before, but she was like, this is just the most beautiful gift being given to you, but it is just wrapped in hideous wrapping paper. And
mm.
once you get a chance to get it open, you're going to see what gift it is there for you. I just got goosebumps as I said that because it was so true. I was mad when she said that to me. I was like, a gift? Like, I'm here in all this stress and all this chaos and trauma, and this is a
Yeah.
gift. Nice. But she was right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like those are my just general thoughts based on what you said, you know? Like I do think we learn really great valuable things when we go through the hard season, but we let ourselves learn. Like because we can go through a hard season and white knuckle it and be whatever. I don't know if I'm going to learn
Mhm.
in that space when I'm just like gripping onto my old reality or my, I don't know. That's a half baked thought. I'll come back to that. That's a half baked thought. Anyway, did my thoughts provoke any more thoughts in your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally hear what you mean, like of like when you're going through it and like not being able to see it, obviously, right? Like from the other side. I mean, I think that's like a very like when you're in the deep end of something, like yeah, you can't see the surface or whatever. And I think like also it's because we've been through it. So if I talk about things that I have been through before, it's like, well, yeah, that wasn't so, not that it wasn't so bad, but like I feel differently about it because it's like, okay, I've moved through it, I've lived through it, like, and now I'm here and this was a blip in time, really,
Yeah.
right? Like it was a moment in time. And so, yeah, I totally hear you on that. I think I can like definitely relate to some of those like harder moments of being like times of like maybe not like maybe growth, yes, but also like a lot of like realization and um yeah, like you learn a lot in those seasons
Yeah.
for sure. And it's like the hard seasons are trying to like teach you something or like all of these things that we hear about things being difficult or about growing or whatever. And yeah, all I could think about in the moment was when I read that. And like I said, wish I had like, I do have it written somewhere, but I wish I had just brought it upstairs, probably down by my computer actually. Um, but yeah, I just like read it and I'm like exactly like, oh my God. Like I
Like it hit like truth,
didn't,
you mean?
yeah, I think truth, but like also I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
didn't
I
want
get
to
that.
I didn't want to like see it. I didn't want to like be like, yeah, in 6 months maybe you will be fine, but like also like we don't ever know, I guess, right? Like we don't ever know what the end of like a season is going to be or how long it's going to last. So anyways, I just remember seeing that. I was like, oh. So I think that what it really like shows is like just where I am, like where I
Yeah.
am kind of like I said, I do feel super uninspired, unmotivated. Yeah, not in like a, oh, I'm just like soaking it in and like loving it and just like being. It's just like I'm just like bleh,
Yeah.
bleh.
Bleh. That's enough. That is a whole sentence. I am bleh.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And yeah, and it sounds like there's like acceptance, but do you have to like push back against the resistance towards it? Like, do you feel a resistance towards the bleh?
No, I think that's the scary part. Like, I
Oh,
think that that's the hard because before, like, yeah, I've definitely experienced like moments of this where it's like, like, like keep going, or like I've been able to, like pull out the resilience and practice the muscle and do all the things. And even now, like, yeah, I'm still, going and getting my steps every day and like eating health. Like, it's not like that. Like, those aren't like the things that stay the same. So I'm not, like letting myself go or like not interested in like life or you know what I mean, like living and doing the things I'm used to. It literally is just like I feel no resistance to just being like blah. Um,
yeah.
maybe it's emotionally, spiritually. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe all of the above, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely do not feel any resistance to to the blah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, "Oh, we're here. All right."
Yeah, or like and how and for how long. And also like I think sometimes we're in like this and I can just speak for myself, but sometimes when I do feel like this is like there are like decisions that have to like be made. There's like something that needs to be like there's something bigger that needs to like be worked out or like being beneath the surface. So yeah, I've definitely been like working through that and kind of like really
Yeah.
focusing on it, but it definitely hasn't felt or left me feeling any more um inspired or motivated for not even like change, but just to be like excited or something. I don't know. It's so weird, like um trying to explain all of the feelings.
Well, soulful community, do you get what she's saying? I am bleh. Because to me, that's like full stop, you know? I am bleh.
I am
I'm
glad.
here. I'm imagining. Have you ever seen Hotel Transylvania?
I do no, I don't think so.
Okay, well, the Dracula, he says blah blah blah. So it makes me want to say, I'm blah blah blah.
Yeah. So if you all see that the name of this episode is full of blah, then
This is
this
why.
is why. But Yeah.
Yeah. What's, I don't know. I've been so busy. Like I've just been going through the motions. I don't feel blah or unmotivated personally, but I'm just like I'm curious. I'm like I've been in this space for like a while of like doing the same old thing, but yet I feel this sense of newness that's like on the precipice, and usually when I feel that, that means something new is ushering in. It's not like, but I don't know the timeline of when that's going to happen, and I don't even know what that is. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what's being worked out beyond my consciousness, but yeah, I just feel this shifting, you know? And I can't put that into words. And I'm not actively doing anything to shift anything. I just feel this internal shift and I'm noticing my thoughts a little different. And I'm like, that's
Mm,
interesting that I'm thinking that way. Where did that come
mm,
from? And yeah, I am nowhere where I thought I would be in this moment on May 24th, but not in a bad way. I'm just
yeah.
like curious. I'm curious. I'm just, yeah, we'll see. And if nothing, because this typically in my life, when new changes come, they kind of just like drop into my lap. It's not like something that I'm out actively seeking, chasing, pursuing. In all honesty, the things that I actively chase, pursue, seek, those things tend to fall flat. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a whole black and white truth, but like generally speaking.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a newness gonna drop in. I don't know what it is, so stay tuned. But
You're like on the
yes.
cusp. You're like on the cusp of something. Um,
Yeah, so things feel different, but nothing is different yet, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. When you talk about like you were like mentioning about your thoughts, like, oh, that's an interesting thought, or that's a different thought, or something like that. Like, is this in yeah, of course, if you don't mind like sharing, but like just thinking of, is that like old stuff that pops in? Is it like something new, or is it kind of like not really either of those things? Or like have you been noticing something like that?
It's like so I call them wisdom downloads. I don't have another term for it, but no, sometimes I feel like just like new wisdoms and perspectives kind of drop in and it's going to sound weird. Here we are in the woo-woo community though. So it's like, it drops in and it's like a clarity that maybe I have been wanting for a very long time, but I didn't actively pursue it. But yet there's this thought that comes in that feels true. It
Mm,
feels like, um, yeah, it feels true. I don't really know what else to say with that. It feels true. Um, and and it's like, oh, it finally makes sense, when I can see it. It's like a new perspective is being offered to me that like
mm,
maybe I had a blind to that I couldn't see before, but I haven't done anything different for it to be there. That's why I called it a wisdom download. I'm like, where did
okay.
that come from? I don't know if I answered your question, but no, it definitely didn't feel old. It feels like new perspective on an old thing, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I think
Like
so.
I'm like, oh, like I never even considered that that could be a possibility of a thing,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, that's interesting, and like just think about it. And I mean, there's been some stuff coming up around like job stuff. There's been, okay, well, I'll dive in a little bit, but like I was having a conversation with somebody at my work, my restaurant work. And I was like, I don't know what happens, but I always find myself in a management role. I don't ask for it. And it's not like well, it is my choice. I guess I choose it, but
Yeah.
it just drops my lap. And he was like, he looked at me so dead serious, and he's a pretty deep individual. And he was like, some of us are just meant to lead. And he just looked directly at me. And like it hit me different. I don't know, because like I've been in a lot of leadership roles, and then I was like, I started to notice all of the areas where I technically am already doing that. And two of the staff came to me, they're like, well, you're pretty much my manager. And I was like, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's been some new thoughts dropping in that, like, every other time I've been in a leadership role, I have often felt this very deep need to prove myself. That, like, I am good enough to be here. I am competent. Like, look at all the
Mm,
amazing things I can do. But what's funny when I'm not in that, like, again, active pursuant, seeking, chasing energy that I would be
mm,
when I'm trying to prove myself, um, things kind of naturally fall into place. Like I'm doing things without even thinking about it, and I'm stepping in and owning a role that I'm not even really aware that I'm doing. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but this is just where my thoughts have been.
Hmm.
So that those are the new thoughts, the things dropping in. I'm like, maybe I need to go through a bunch of these things so that I could show up in this type of role and energy in a new way,
Mm.
where it's less like, look at me, look at what a good job I can do. I will be the best manager, like I will be the best leader. And now it's just like, I don't know. It's just like it feels more natural. I,
Interesting.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah. No, I think it makes sense. I mean, especially anytime you're like there's like not the pressure of like something that you are trying to prove or like that they're like, yeah, I'm worthy to be here. But where it comes like naturally, I think that, yeah, of course that feels different, right? Where it's like,
yeah,
but wait a second, I'm showing up like, yeah, authentically showing up to like with no expectation, like not feeling the pressure,
yeah,
but still like having, yeah, obviously people in that space recognize you still as a leader or, in this like management kind of role. So
yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go, but that feels tied into the newness.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
I've been thinking a lot about like, well, like just at work for me, like I've been working a lot and so but I was thinking about this the other day of like sometimes we find ourselves in situations or in positions or like in whatever. And for me, anyways, I look back and I'm like, okay, A, like, how did I even get here? And B, like, is this even like what I wanted? Because sometimes, like,
yeah,
when we naturally progress in all parts of life, I think in relationships, I think in careers, I think in like our family dynamic, like whatever, it's like, wait a second, like, how did this happen, right? Like, how did I end up here?
yeah,
And did I even really take the time to like consider A, like what were my other options, or B, is like this where I wanted to go or where I thought I would end up, or whatever. So
yeah.
anyways, it just made me think of that as you were sharing, because sometimes, yeah, I had that thought a couple, like even just last week, I'm pretty sure it was, where I sat down like, wait a second, like this is crazy. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's really good to have goals and like chase them. It helps build our confidence and, but yeah, the more that I chase things, I guess it's the intention in which I'm chasing something. If my intention is that I need to prove myself or I'm coming from a place of lack, I don't think
Mm,
it's ever going to be sustainable.
mm.
Um, and I don't know if I've ever chased anything not coming from a place of lack. No, that's not true. That's not true. Creative projects I chase and I love them and I see them through, like hopefully,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, my brain is thinking.
Downloading fast.
Downloading thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I think just all of those things, like, I mean, work, like just, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I think going on for me, like I said, personally right now to
Yeah.
like the things trying to navigate, put pieces back together, trying to figure things out. So, yeah, I definitely think that's been contributing to my blandness. And who knows, like maybe it'll be a few months of this, maybe it'll be not a few months of this. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's part of it, I guess, is like trying to, and like, oh yeah, that was another thing I seen too, is like trust the process and like,
Yeah.
of course, it's like, well, yeah, but like also, I mean, you know how I like feel with it anyways. It's like, yeah, trust the process, and also like there has to be like work to put into the process in order for it to like work. You just can't kind of like take the passenger seat and expect to like end up to in the place where you want to go. So that was another one of those like quotes that I was thinking about
Yeah.
you actually. I think I wrote that one down to talk about as well, but anyways.
It's such a delicate, that's a good point. But like for me, it's like such a delicate balance to trust the process and be in the driver's seat because like I love control. Oh my Lord, do I love
Mhm.
control. I love certainty. I love, and yeah, just like teetering between like being in an active space with it while also letting everything unfold that it will without me like
Mhm.
trying to grip and control it all, you know? Do you experience anything like that or do because you were talking about trusting the process, like do you have to deal with like overly stepping into like active role or yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think for me, like I definitely jump more into the action part than what I do trusting the process
yeah,
because it's like I think that is part of the process, right? Like I think trusting the process is like that what I'm doing now, or the steps I'm taking now, the process I'm going through now will like
yeah,
put me in the space where I want to or need to end up, right?
yeah,
But I don't look at trusting the process as like, oh well, and just like kind of like sitting back and just like not doing any of the action part, like that to me
yeah,
is the process in which I would like I'm trusting or putting my trust within. And yeah, it has been a hard balance, I think it has been before for me. Like I was more so on the other, or like, wait a second, I'm not like doing any of the things, but like, why isn't anything changing? Or like, I'm trusting the
right,
process. But like, yeah, I think I was like viewing the process or how I viewed the process, for lack of a better term, just but yeah, how I was viewing it, I think has changed a lot. So I definitely
yeah,
jump way into the other side where it's like, yeah, I still have to do all of the things. I want to go into the action. I mean, that's not necessarily how I feel like in this stage of my life, but that is
right.
how I have thought about that
Shown up.
before. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably like a, yeah, no, I'm going to stop that sentence. What I will say is that as you were talking, what I've noticed for myself, and this is only one cue, but like when I start to get really frantic about what I'm doing, I am no longer trusting the process. I'm trying to grab control.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
like when I'm making all these lists and I'm trying to cross everything off and I'm really frantic, I'm not in a I am still in a seat of action because I am taking lots of action,
yeah,
but I'm not taking aligned actions per se. I'm just busying, you know, I'm trying
yeah,
to do all the things and control.
yeah. And from like a lacking place or like from a yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have what I need, like a, scarcity place or something like that, and trying to like get all of the things together and all the ducks in a row to like achieve the next thing or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Life.
life, life. I,
Life.
I feel like this is a bit of a mismatch, a little mix of a lot of different things tonight. But anyways, I have some things to think about, and yeah, I think like um just like hearing you, especially the last thought around the frantic part, I think that's something for me to just reflect on. That's what I always really like about our conversations.
Yeah,
It's like,
100%.
what do I take to reflect on? I think that will be one of them. And also, I need to find that quote. I'll have to send it to you
Yes.
later. Because
Yeah, please do.
when I read it, I was like, oh my God. And then I wrote it down. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I hate those confrontational truths.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
Yeah.
anyways, I think yeah, I don't even know where we're at time, but anyways, maybe
Yeah.
that'll be it for tonight. I don't know if you
Today.
have any final thoughts or if if there's anything else that you wanted to share before we call it a night.
No, I really enjoyed this space and time with you. I'm be excited for us to check in when things do shift, as
Mm,
they inevitably, like they always
hmm.
will.
Yeah,
The one thing we can count on is things will change.
yeah,
Um, and I'll be back with new nails.
yeah.
Any suggestions?
I
Let's
love
see
that.
yours, Jess. I see yours were done too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
I
fun.
did mine for Rockville, yeah. So
Nice.
I actually have to I can't get them like done here anymore.
That's why I was curious. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had these done when I was in Winnipeg, so I actually have to get these like removed now in like this week or next, and then Yeah, I'll be nailless probably. And maybe when I go to Ottawa at the end of next month, I might
Whoop whoop.
actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, we should probably like try to record like an episode in person.
We could, we
That'd
could,
be
we could.
super fun.
I feel like that timing is actually perfect. We could
Yeah.
do it in the day, maybe. The
Yeah.
All right, let's do it in the same
Exciting. Yes,
office.
that'll be exciting.
That
We
will be
haven't done
exciting.
that in like I remember when we recorded our intro and our outro.
Yeah,
That was like years ago now. Like that was like kind of the last time that we recorded something yeah,
together.
together. So
We
anyway,
laughed a lot.
yeah. Oh
And you
my
were
God.
very mad with technology, which made me laugh
Oh,
even harder.
my phone. I thought about that the other day. Well, I still get like that with my phone because it didn't work the other day and I was like, "Oh my God, this is like that time in Ottawa." Because I was so mad. I just have no patience for
I
technology.
know.
Like
I think,
zero.
yeah, I think
Zero.
that's the most humorous part about it is you are so gracious and patient and like calm. And it was like from 0 to 100 in, you're
Yeah.
right, in seconds. And all I
Yeah.
could do was giggle because it felt so out of your character.
I like could have taken that thing and like thrown it out the window.
100%. I
I
I
was
believe that. I believe
yeah.
that.
Yeah. It was anyways, zero. Zero patience.
Yep, that's all right. We're all human. So anyway, I look forward to that. Maybe
Oh
we'll catch some of
God.
that fun on the camera. No,
Yes.
I don't wish you any discomfort, but it was funny. It
Oh
was
no.
definitely funny.
That was funny. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
funny. Anyways.
yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, that's it for another episode of Soulful. And yeah, we hope that you stay soulful.
Thanks for tuning into Soulful. We hope you found something meaningful to carry with you on your journey. And if you enjoyed today's episode and want to show your support, we invite you to subscribe, share the podcast, and leave a review wherever you listen. And if you're eager for more, you can connect with us on Instagram and Facebook at soulfullthepodcast for additional content and updates. Until next time, stay soulful.